A few days into camp now. I know it's tough for the casual observer to kind of see what's going on, but what have you seen from the first 3 days?
Well, I'll tell you, today I really like the enthusiasm. First day of pads, guys flying around, showing some enthusiasm, some excitement. The first 2 days were learning days, installing, and basically trying to get everything moving in the right direction.
And you mentioned the install stuff. You've got some veterans back. What's the retention been like from the spring?
Well, I think we overall have good retention. It's a lot different, in the summer when you're out there walking through and doing different things. But it's a lot different now when you're lining up against an offense and they can line up in different formations, running motions, and doing different things.
So obviously you've got some new guys in, and so a lot of new DBs in this room. How many of those guys are yours, and what are your impressions of those guys so far?
Well, we had Jackie Matthews. He came in the spring, and Jordan Morant came in this summer. Those are two additions lately, but of course Jackie was here in the spring, so can't really count him. But it's a new season and those type of things. But the rest of them are mostly veterans that's played, and then we got some young kids, Trent Singleton and Wesley Miller.
Now, you knew last year you guys needed to go get some safeties, and you worked the portal and the recruiting class. How would you kind of characterize the depth in the secondary right now?
Well, I think we have good depth. I like our numbers overall, and I like our experience. We have a lot of guys that played a lot of football, so I think it blends to be a good nucleus.
And a lot of your guys, too, are going to play on special teams, a lot of our coverage units. I mean, so, how much of a say do you have in any of that? I mean, do you work with those guys to kind of prepare them for that?
Well, I assist Coach Mealy in special teams, and it's very important that safeties play in the kicking game because the kicking game is part of defense.
I guess the last question I got for you is, first day of pads right here. Do you notice like an uptick in competition, and are the spirits a little bit higher when the pads come on?
Well, it's a big difference when the pads come on because you practice. The last time you put the pads on was in April in spring training, and now as you get ready to play a season, guys are excited and they're juiced up and looking forward to going out there and playing aggressive and having a good time while they're out there.